Yeah, anyway, so Bruce back for Sarina Day. So yeah, I'm gonna go straight into it. Hopefully this works. So yeah, I'm gonna go in reverse order and go to the last one later, hopefully. Alright, so I've got some last Populous. Oh, do I do double speed or normal speed? I'm gonna do this one in normal speed today. So yeah, hopefully some people that didn't like double speed like this. So I'll be playing Boomer Farm. It's probably the most aggressive map on strategy for this map, other than maybe like Cobra, Mortar Sub, Tackle. Yeah, something like that. It was quite good, but I choke Cobra quite a bit, so I'm gonna go for Boomer Farm. So as long as you always start farm and get the Buccaneer down straight away, always only leak one life. So yeah, that's a good rule of thumb. So and then we always breed for our plantation straight away. Try and get a nice farm lead. We know that we now have the plantation straight away. Now we're both sending pigs. Could have sent a few just before, and then yeah, so it takes a little bit to get the grape shot to defend. So we are gonna just use a couple or one set of spikes to try and mitigate some of the damage. Yeah, so it's a pretty standard start. Looks like our opponent is also doing boom at farm. So that means that presuming he has good uh, boomerang micro, we cannot take him before round 20 at the earliest. And as a grinder, I want to try and get the fastest gains possible. So we are going to attack him at the earliest point, which I think I can win. So a bad grinder might hold out him round 13, and then you just turbocharge 2 to 3 times. Then no matter how many rainbows they send, as long as you just keep turbocharging, uh, like the mini clip from before, then easily defend. So yeah, we need to do a big rush to catch most players off guard. But yeah, so we're just farming nicely. 2 boats up in case he sends yellows. If he sends yellows, and it's between a farm. Yeah, we're always gonna go for the next farm. Yep, so our farm, he goes for his farm. All good. Needs a little bit more money, but then I have slightly better defense. We said just a few yellows, get a whole new, a whole load of upgrades and some spikes and some lives. So things considered, that was an alright rush from us. So we're going to send one set of leads, which is going to get straight 0-2 down, just and then 2-2, just so we can defend these leads nice and easy. You don't need much more because round 12 you're going to send a camo lead to force the pirate ship. So that's why we did that, and he's going to send a little bit of a rush. He's going to send. This didn't look like much, but it's still like almost 1.5k that rush, which is a whole plantation we can get on him. So I think it's better just to send one set of camo leads. Um, this guy did that, so now we have a farm lead. So, it's going to tie up with the Republic. It's better to go for plantations than a Republic spam, because if you need to go for a turbocharge, you sell the plantation, then you get the turbocharge, and you can rebuy it, and you don't lose too much. But from a Republic, because you only get 80% back of what you paid for the tower, taking a larger amount off, and yeah, then you're losing more. I think I sold that farm just in case he was going to send a bit more to get a biotic over, but he didn't. Right, now we're going to send him some camo leads, a camo ceramic, and a pinks over top, which is, it cost a fair bit. We got a turbocharge coming out to 2 Republics, which was nice. And then when that wears off, I think we're going to re-rush it with Moab. Notice I said the camo LEDs in this one. Like my replays, my profile gets more likes. There we go. We sent the Moab, the camo LEDs, and 2 blacks. Um, the blacks aren't necessary. If you're gonna quite a long game, if you send 4 blacks behind the Moab, then it means your eco is completely even from the Moab, which you lost because you lose 24 from sending a spaced Moab, and you get -20 for eco from that, and then 6 per black. So that's why I did that, and he's gone for the factory now. So I send a shocked face because he's definitely gonna have to sell that, and I'll make it 80% back of his like. Well, how much we just spent on that? We're gonna spend a lot, and we're gonna get a turbocharge it early as well, so they're using even more money. It'll be about 18k, I think. And now, so we're gonna send a BFB, which is quite confusing at first because he's just like, oh, he just kind of use the ability. But now we're going to boost Moab's up behind. So if he goes for his pirate ship, that's just wasting his time. So he does that. So now they get to push further. I turbocharged that. I didn't need that much. I kind of overreacted there. And now I sell. And now I'm sending rainbows. I'm misclicking. I'm sending ceramic effectively. He wasn't able to get enough turbocharges up in time, like I did in the replay earlier. The short clip, loads of turbocharges defense, but he couldn't do that partly because of his greed. And yes, we took that game. So now we're going to do uh, Dread Balloon Cave with powers. This guy is using the damage with Glue Storm, and we are using a pretty crazy combo. This is one of my favorite grinding strats, which I haven't shown on the channel yet, but I'm going to show shortly. And I'm going to see why it's one of my favorite against this very passive Heli player. And so the trick with grinding against passive heli like this is that you don't want them to get an Apache on round 30, which sounds really tricky, but if they just sell literally everything and get that Apache up, there is a really, really hard for you to win. So that's what we're going for. And then so you can see by the powers we have budget balloons, which makes the balloons cheaper to send, as well as the camo regrowth efficiency, which makes camo balloons and regen balloons easier, cheaper to send. And so yeah, that's allows us to get loads of balloons down. But you'll see that later. For now, we want to play quite aggressive with pinks. We definitely want to get his heli or more ice towers or something down. Just trying to send only one at a time, just so that we don't send too many. We accidentally clicked it twice, so missed a little bit, but just to make it as minimal as possible. When I do the uh, analysis on this strat, you'll see that I normally like to not really play very aggressive, just so that we can get as big a rush on round 13. But against Heli, because we want to prevent the Apache early on, we do play fairly aggressive against this. So he's going to send blacks. I think there's a few darling spots which people like, but I quite like this one because on powerful darts you pretty much defend that with no problems. He sends a lot of blacks. There's a bit of the dartling glitch. I would have pretty much been fine, but it's with the overlap of the round 7 AI. I just wanted to be safe with another 0-0 Dartling Gunner, or a 0-0 Dartling Gunner that was a 3-2. Now I'm going to send in a big green rush, followed by some pinks, which is going to look quite scary, and the Ice Tower is going to free some of the subs, and then with a load of yellows over the top. It's going to look really messy when I get like a boost out of him, or something. But we just take a few lives, but taking a few lives is not really a big deal because we send so many balloons around 13. Yeah, it's not gonna make too big of a difference. And then, talking about the power combination, if we finish, and the ability lock, you'll see how I normally don't use it, use a different power instead in the next game. But for this one, and in general, I've not really experimented with much, but a good counter to the strat in, which you'll see in the video I eventually make on this strat, is the tech shooter's maelstrom ability with the village, or the mortar stall, or a few others. So yeah, that's good for countering some of them, and it will stop the ice using the ice ability to freeze everything on the screen. And so he sends us a camo lead, but that's not going to kill us, so I didn't need to worry about that too much. But now we're going to budget balloons. We're going to send in camo rigor efficiency, which makes camo regen rainbows really, really cheap. Like they hardly cost anything. I decided to change, mix it up a little bit. He gets this down. However, because most of these are camos, it's not going to help him too much. And there's just so many, there's so much regen that goes on. We will indeed win that game. And now on to the last one, Ignarius Swamp. No, thinking what is this one? Yep. So from the profiles of people, this guy had the worst one, but and his power combination is not the best, I'd say. But he actually plays it one of the best, and I was actually in the midst of the rush. I was really surprised that we managed to win. And he even used his eco choke a little bit too um, late, so he didn't freeze anything. So I gave him the thumbs up, and I think he realised it here because we had the same boat and farm as him. I think he realised it there with his thumbs up. So yeah, same start as we did in Blast Apocalypse, Volcano, in Tier 0, just getting the farm first, and the boat, and then upgrade the farm. Then you got to be a bit more careful about greeding because of sorted wounds. So something else to keep in mind. Also with no spikes, so pinks will have a lot go by. Get to 1500. He uses salt, so I just gonna accept that he has a salt. Well, can't do much about it. When I play it fairly passive against both with my palm, just has to not just has to have a big enough rush to try and win this round. Anyway, what I was saying last time, we have blindness with it this time. I like this because I guess like Ninja Energy Farm, your your opponent will try and slow it down, slow the balloons down, and then they'll spam balloon jitsus. And you're gonna have loads of balloons on the screen, so the jitsu can do a lot. But then when you use the blindness, they then don't reach anymore, and they've used their damage boost by then. So you're then stuck. And then as you saw in the last clip, Strat's really good at fighting through the really defensive powers, which is why I like it so much. And I like to use it on the mid to longer range maps, mainly the longer ones. And so yeah, this guy doesn't have the damage boost boost on though. He was not showing full effect. He didn't quite get that sorted off just because of the screen lag. So he's thumbs down the screen lag, not us. He loves us. Um, we're gonna keep going. Keep farming on. He's going to send us yellows and then eco chokers. And then since I'm reading yellows, and then I got really scared. But oh, I thought I overreacted more. There we go. Get the old ricochet, and then we sell it straight away. Go back to the farms because we need money. Very nice. And he's going to get his boomerang there. And yeah, now we're just chilling until round 13. We like it that he's sending us so many balloons because that means less money to defend in the coming rounds. It takes a long time for the amount you spend on your eco balloons to come back and profit you. So round 13 is almost here. It's nice to see him spending so much. And now we're just saving. We don't need to get any more farms down because we're not going to have much gains from it. Get one camera detection boat, and now budget balloons. We can start sending the zebras in, and he's going to go for his glide lord and then his acid. But thankfully, lots of them split up first, and because he doesn't have anything that camo detection won't make a big difference, so we might as well just head more on normal rainbows. And he's doing this perfectly with loads of glaive lords to help defend. Uh, but because there's so many balloons and so much regrow, one glaive lord and one boomer is not enough. And so we managed to, surprisingly to me, get through this guy. I also noticed that we have less defense because we were just selling it off to make our rush as big as possible. Never realized he set something back because that would have killed us, and so never gonna wait to beat this strat. Now he's gonna face palm us because we won, and people hate winners. So yeah, so that's our video for today. We'll always end on the leaderboard, so big up to you on the leaderboard. Um, and now I'm gonna stop looking at his account because he might be in a video tomorrow. Um, it's just so annoying seeing how he only has 16 million medallions. And I mean, third place, allowed by third place badge, I had 20 mil, and he's gonna get it for 14. But hopefully it comes round, luck comes round, and I'm sure there'll be some week where I come first place with 15 million medallions when everyone else is grinding. That will be very nice, hopefully, one day. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video today. Some boss arena maps, and yeah, next grinding strat out tomorrow. Maybe that one I shouldn't. I love 2 games, or maybe I'll do some grinding and some quick shot team tower stone because I know lots of people want to know how to better quick shot team tower stone, but more importantly how to counter the quick shot team tower stone. As I don't know if there's much on it, but alright, yeah, see you tomorrow.